I get asked all the time, how do I get started investing in real estate? And one of the really great strategies I've seen people use successfully to build some passive income and to get started on a fairly low risk basis is investing in tax defaulted properties. And somebody I've had a chance to talk to over the years, and an expert in this subject matter, Ted Thomas, is with us to talk about his helping investors in tax default properties program. Ted, how you doing?
I'm just great. All is well.
Love the look, love the hat. And then you're in a kitchen. Are you like a chef?
Actually, I have big scars on top of my head because I had cancer removed. So I started wearing a hat. I don't mind wearing it, actually.
Okay, good. Well, congratulations on getting it removed. And I had one removed here, but it's on the side of my nose, so you really can't see it. So part of getting older, I think, is your battle scars of living longer, right?
Exactly. They show up a lot. Yeah, really.
So let's talk about tax-free strategies. I like it because I find people want to get started, and you can go from I'm interested to actually making money. I think the fastest in your field of any. What's the process look like for somebody looking to get started in this field?
Well, it's easy to start in because there's over 5,000 tax defaulted auctions every year, and it doesn't matter which state. So half of the states sell what's called tax lien certificates, which are nothing more than a piece of paper. They sell certificates. The other half of the states actually sell the defaulted property. So if you're in a place like Texas, they sell the defaulted property. First Tuesday of every month, they have an auction. So a place like Houston will have 50 to 2,000 to 200 properties that they'll auction every single month, and they sell the property. And if you raise your hand at the auction, they actually hand you the deed to the property. You get the deed. However, it's redeemable. So that property owner can come back in and get their deed back. But when they come back to get it, they have to pay whatever you paid for it plus 25%. So you can earn 25%. Place like Florida, they sell tax liens. Same thing, it's a piece of paper. You can earn up to 18%. So it depends on where you're going to buy them and where you're going to do it. It's not a difficult thing to understand, but it happens in every county across the United States.
What's the typical investment when somebody's buying these properties? I know there's a range. Obviously, you have major buildings down to small piece of abandoned land, but what's the most common investment size you see in order to get started in something like this?
Well, the people that are really investors, they want to buy, 25 acres, or they want to buy a $400,000 property. So that kind of investment, when you go to the auction, you could easily invest $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000. For those people that want to start out small, you can buy tax lien certificate. I've seen them as low as $1,000 certificate. So it just depends on the value of the property that you're buying and the list. Some of the lists let me show you this. This is a list from Tampa, Florida. There's no pictures in this newspaper. There's 40,000 certificates. That's just a long list of all the properties that people didn't pay the tax. So anybody can buy those. They pay up to 18%.
Where I've seen these as a real estate agent is I have customers who buy these properties in remote areas. It might be a $10,000 or $20,000 piece of land. They bought it for $500 or $1,000 or $1,500, and we sell it for $10,000, and they end up with a nice. There's some expenses involved, and commissions and closing costs, but they end up with a really nice return for their money. It's pretty easy.
You're a better salesman than I am.
I love your product. I don't want to teach it. I'm busy with what I do. People come to me all the time. That's why I sought you out, because I would love for my customers who want to get involved in real estate to get started with you. So somebody who's interested in the concept and maybe understands the general concept, you can't just walk in the door and start opening your checkbook and writing checks. You have to learn and be educated and feel comfortable with people. You offer a program. Talk about I think you do it twice a month program?
Yeah, twice a month we give a all-day workshop that tells people how to buy tax liens. We start there, then how to buy tax default property. Now, obviously, if you buy these things, you're going to want to sell them. So we teach them how to sell them. So we basically teach them to buy real estate. This real estate that's sold a tax defaulted real estate, the starting bid on tax defaulted real estate is the back taxes. So let's say you got a $400,000 home and the taxes are $4,000 or $6,000 a year. That's where the bidding will start, at the back taxes. All right, well, you're not going to get one for $4,000. There's going to be other bidders going to be there. But if you could buy it for, say, 20 cents on the dollar, well, that would be a great deal. Then you can turn around and sell it. So that's a business, and you learn Well, we do it all online now. So you can buy online, you can sell online, you can find all the properties online. So twice a month, we teach a class. It's $47. You go all day and you learn about taxing. So they have lunch with us, they have breakfast with us, and we just teach all day long. There's different people doing it and showing people how to do it. So it's not a difficult thing to do. The challenge is you just don't get rich overnight. And a lot of people that are teaching real estate are teaching, buy it, you're going to get rich next Thursday afternoon. Well, that's not the case. You buy these properties. Many of the properties are used and abused. Now, used and abused, you already know what you have to do with that. You got to paint it, clean it, and whatever. I don't particularly like to do that kind of work. So what I do is I say, buy those property, buy it low. Don't try to get retail. Sell it to a fixer-upper couple. Sell it to a couple that knows how to do that. Sell it to a rehabber or someone that wants to do that. So
that wants to do that. The people that want to do that.
Oh, there's hundreds.
To use your words, the people who love doing that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, they can't get enough of those. They fight to get those properties. So those properties sell relatively quickly, but you can't buy it at retail. So the unfortunate part of it is a lot of people don't want to study. If they'll study a little bit, they will learn to be a good buyer. If they don't do anything about studying, what they're going to do is they're going to go to an auction and they're going to start bidding. Well, you could bid the property too high. Now, how are you going to sell it?
Right.
So the starting bid is the back taxes. Well, you don't want to bid it up to retail. So people think they're going to get rich just because it's an auction. For some reason, they hear auction, like they hear probate. Oh, I'm going to get rich. Well, there's good ones and there's bad ones. So you better go to class and you better learn a little bit about that. So that's basically what, for 30 years, I've taught about that. I have a YouTube channel and about, 3,000 people a day watch that channel. And then they come to that event. And then if they want to learn, they can go to more permanent classes on it or whatever they want to do. We've been doing that for 30 years. I see people promoting programs like this and initial fees, thousands of dollars, $5,000, $10,000. How somebody gets started with your program? Yeah, they can get started for $47 to learn how to do it. Then if they're going to take an actual course, they're going to have to invest about $2,000 to do that. However, I will give them a guide every day for 365 days. I'll give them a coach every single Wednesday night, no charge.
And that's the key. I think that's why you see people do this who struggle, pay, think that's a quick fix. This is a process that you need. And I always say you need three things to transform. You need a coach or a leader or a mentor, which would be you and your organization. Second, you need to have a process or system or methodology or a book. You guys have a system. And third, you have to have a community of people doing it with you so that you're not the only one. You don't feel like you're by yourself and you want to push yourself. And you offer all those three things. So I'll put in the description below, but it's easy, tedthomas.com. Right on, there's a button, join the virtual one day, sign up. I recommend it, $47. Your time's got to be worth more than that. If it's not, you probably waste your time anyhow. Ted?
A landscaper is cheaper than that, right?
I'm paying a guy right now as you speak to cut down trees. I'm paying him more than $47 an hour. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Just to clean place up. Good to talk with you. And let's reverse all this and have you come and we'll do a longer interview sometime.
Fantastic. Ted. Thanks so much.
Thank you.